Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Rebecca Seneschal and I'm with the dealer sales team here with Formax, and we are so excited to bring this presentation to you guys today. We're not just bringing you a new product, we're bringing you a whole new product line, okay? So introducing the Formax FlashGuard laminators. So I have 3 models here, and these laminators are tabletop machines, pouch laminators, okay? We have the 13R6 over here. Now, the names actually make sense. So 13 standing for the width of the laminate that it can take, and then R6 standing for the amount of rollers in the machine. So 13R6, 13-inch wide rollers here. Over here we have the 18R10, all right, 18-inch wide, you guessed it, and 6 rollers here. And over here, this is the big boy, this is the 13R10. 13 inches wide and 10 rollers inside the machine. Now you guys have been asking for laminators for a really long time, and we listen, okay, but we didn't just throw the very first laminator that we could get our hands on at you, did we? We wanted to make sure that these were really good machines. Just like all of our Formax equipment, we wanted to make sure that it was something that you guys could have some pride in when you're selling it. We certainly do. So with these, they're all metal, they're really well built, okay? They are heavy, and I mean they are heavy. I tried to lift them, they're heavy. They're not your typical consumable laminator, all right? Like I have one up in our closet upstairs. It's plastic, it's really lightweight. These side guides are flimsy. When I turned it on, it had like a weird smell. Not to mention, the laminator itself got really hot on the outside. As you can see, these 2 are on, and I'm touching just about everywhere I can on these because they have an internal cooling system in them. So it keeps them cool to the touch and safe to use. All right, so Travis, I'm gonna go ahead and have you go to the camera where we're gonna show the how to use sticker. This comes standard with all of our laminators, okay? And basically it's how to use the machine, how to walk the customer through how the operation is, how to turn the power on, how to set your temperature. All right, now that's all gonna depend on your speed, your thickness of laminate that you're using. When the machine is ready and up to speed and up to temperature, it's going to beep. How to go laminate, the best practice, and how to shut the machine off properly. So, Travis, if you would switch to the other camera here, I'm going to show you guys the 13R a little bit in depth here. So we have the user-friendly touch over here. We have the cover, all right? And over here, we have the easy-to-use temperature and speed chart. So that's the only thing you have to really figure out is when you get up to the machine, you know how to turn it on. It's pretty easy to figure out. You got to figure out what speed and what temperature you need to set the machine at for the job you're trying to do. And that's based on a couple of things. It's based on the thickness of the laminate pouch that you're going to be using, and it's based on the weight of the paper that you're going to be putting in there. So for example, if you're doing 3 and you're doing 80 GSM, you want to set it for 100 degrees and speed of 7. So now that I know that, I'm going to go over here to the user-friendly touch screen. All right, everything is really well labeled. Everything is really easy to maneuver. You got your machine on or off. You got your temperature here, and then you go down, go up, or decrease the temperature. Hot, okay, that's going to be for hot lamination. Over here, you got a cold button. That's going to be cold lamination. All 3 of these do both. Cold lamination is going to be for example, like a photograph or stickers or something like that. Something where you don't necessarily want to get it hot. Over here, you have your speed settings, down to increase or decrease, reverse button, stop button. We have a 1 and 2 button here. Okay, this is to set your most common applications, your most common settings. Say, for example, I do that all the time. I'll do 3 and 5 mil, and I'm doing 80 GSM. So on button 1, I'm going to set it for 100 degrees and speed setting of 7. And for button 2, I'm going to set it for 120 degrees and speed setting of 5. So again, your most common jobs, your most common settings right there at your fingertips. All right, so here the the laminate here, rollers, sorry. All right, so this is the 18R6. Now, first thing I want to mention to you guys, 18 inches. Obviously, it can do bigger media, right? So there's more versatility, a whole bunch of applications you can do. You can do 8.5x11 side by side. Machine. R6, so there are 6 rollers here. I took so you get a really good in-depth look at these rollers. So what you see on camera here is the gray one here. Those are your cooling rollers, okay? There's one beneath it, so there's 2 cooling rollers. And then the orangey red ones, those are your heating rollers, and there's 2 below that. So 4 heating rollers, 2 cooling rollers. Now how this works is basically the heat's going to come from the core cone rollers, and it's that means as the piece is through, everything's getting heated evenly. Also, these rollers are on a spring-loaded system. All right, and what that does is that gives even pressure to the media as it goes through. So when it's coming through, everything's getting pressure evenly, and those air bubbles are popping out, all right, and everything's coming through nice and neat. So because of that, because of those 2 things, because of the amount of rollers, we call this anti-jam technology, meaning you shouldn't be able to cause a jam with this. So I'm going to do what you're absolutely not supposed to do ever, and I am going to try to jam this machine. And try here. You can hear it crinkling, you can see it folding up a little. Now we're bunching up. Oh boy, we're causing a big disaster. Travis would be losing his hair if he had any. Still. So, anti-jam technology. There you go. So what I want to do is, Travis, if you go back to the original screen here, I want to show you guys, I want to time it. I want to see how long it takes for an 8.5x11 sheet to go through the 6 10 roller, because that one's supposed to be a lot faster. So I'm going to take my laminate pouch here. I'm going to take my spec sheet and tuck it into the back. All right. Now for best practices, you guys want to have the closed edge first. All right. So basically when it goes through, it's going to get all. So I'm going to go ahead and time this. Time it with me if you want. See how long it takes to go through. Give or take. So like I said, there are 6 heating rollers, 2 cooling rollers, and then rollers. So that's for like the heavy duty. See how it goes. That was about 10 seconds, I think, maybe 9 or 10. So half the time. So I guess we are right. This is a faster machine. But you can argue what customer wants to do that thicker, that wider media, right? And they also want the speed of the 13R10. They could run 2 sheets together at the same time and get that same speed. So, all right. So I do want to talk to you guys about these. are 110-volt electrical. They are drop ship products. They're going to be shipped by UPS Ground. Again, really, really well built. All three of these laminators can do up to 14-inch mil lamination pouches. They will come with 20 pouches each. Or Formax will also be selling the pouches, the 3 and the 5 mil, in a box of 100, just like this one right here, okay? And last but not least, okay? These are really, really, really competitively priced. All are going to be less than $2,000. This one right here is $695 MSRP. This one is $1295 MSRP, and this one is $1595. So really, really competitively priced, better built. So these are a real big win for you guys. Probably super excited. You need to know where to go to sell these. And honestly, there isn't like a secret vertical market for these. There's not like a niche. This isn't that kind of product. This is the product where everybody could use one of these. Think about it. Anybody that's taking their documents and they want to guard them, FlashGuard, they want to guard their documents, they want to protect them, right? They could use a laminator. So I did come up with some examples for you to help you out. What about health insurance cards? Everybody's got health insurance, everybody's got a card, what about dental, things like that? How about this? A gym membership card. This is not mine, but I do belong to a gym. I don't actually go, but I belong. And I have a card just like this. It's laminated. This is a great application. You guys can go hit those gyms and talk to them about a laminator. Construction safety signs. That's a really good one. All right, you guys can put that outside. It's going to be weather resistant. This is actually a sealed piece, right? So it's going to be everything's protected from all the elements. I like this one the most. Calendars, right? You can, with the lamination piece, you can use dry erase markers, you can erase stuff, you can write it out, you can change things, and you can reuse it. So it's a really great example. Fire extinguisher information sheet and education sheet. OSHA, right? Cards, MSDS sheets, things like that. Here's a good one. I took this from my favorite local restaurant, a menu, okay? Cleaning, sanitizing, very easy when they're laminated. Clean them up, give them to the next person. Clean them up, give them to the next person. You don't have to print them out, right? And you hand them out and then print out another one. These are reusable. CPR steps, phone directories, trail maps. We have some people on our team that like to get a little weird in the woods and go hiking. Here's a great example. Last but not least, business cards, right? So let's say you want to print out a card, right? You want to laminate everything and then put it on the FlashGuard, and that does take laminated sheets. So now you have laminated, cut. And actually, Travis, if you would just go to the camera here, I just want to show the 13R10 really quick, or 13R6 that I like to use. If you guys want to embarrass your friends, your sales team like I do, any chance I get, laminator, old school, show it to them just like I'm doing now. So here's the one. Here's Brandon Arsenal. I know it's hard to see because he has hair. Hey, there's Sophie Roy's dad, second generation Roy right there. There's Pete in an XXL suit, not sure what's going on. Travis with hair. Oh, and there's Ryan McKenzie with gray hair. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Anyway, we're really, really excited about the FlashGuards. I hope you guys are too. I hope you had some fun with me today. Go out there and sell these good products. They're anybody you can talk to anybody about these. They're easy to talk about, and yeah, go out there and get some FlashGuards sold. Charles, do you have any questions?
Yeah, a couple. The first
good question. And yes, they're TAA compliant. Basically, what that means is you can't sell it to the government, okay? But these are. So go ahead and talk to your government customer laminator, because these are TAA compliant.
The next one here is you mentioned these being serviceable machines. Could you just confirm, can you replace individual rollers?
Are serviceable. There's very few moving parts. And yes, that's really all you're going to have to do if you need to do anything is rollers. But they should last a really, really long time.
Next one was, could you explain the cool lamination? Someone had a question about why someone cool versus hot lamination.
So if you have media that's a little bit more sensitive, like a photograph of your wholesale team, or something that you don't necessarily want to get hot, it could affect the actual piece inside. That's when you want to use the cool lamination. It still uses pressure, and it still seals everything together nicely.
Could you have a question about how many pouches will come with the machines?
Yeah. So all three of these machines come with 20 of the pouches, and Formax does also sell the 3 and the 5 mil in a box of 100.
That's great. That's all the questions we have.
Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, especially taking time on a Thanksgiving week. We're really thankful for you guys as partners of ours, and thanks so much. Now go sell some. Have a great week.